Even with her blemishes, I still find her very beautiful. Yes, I do. Well, greetings and salutations, guys and girls. It's the Off-Grid Warrior, and welcome back. It is Sunday afternoon, and it is 38 degrees outside, 55 degrees inside. And for the rest of the world that wants to know what that actually means, it's 3 degrees Celsius outside and 13, a balmy, warm and toasty 13 degrees inside the shelter today. So while we're on the topic of temperature, let's talk about how am I heating myself and the structure through winter. I've had a lot of questions on this, and so let's just jump right to it. Well, I'm using this here device. It is called a portable buddy. You see it there, and it's made by a company called Mr. Heater. And you can see I'm actually running this one off an external propane tank, and it's designed to actually hold a portable propane tank on the side over there. You're actually looking at this is an accessory that I purchased. It is a filter, and that is recommended if you're going to run the portable buddy. If you're going to run it off an external propane tank, you really want to be using a external filter like that. Okay, so I'm going to make the story really short, guys, because I know it's not that exciting to be discussing this. So the marketing for the portable buddy by Mr. Heater does say that it's indoor safe. And before I decided to use the heater, I did a bit of research, watched a few videos with guys using this particular heater indoors. Some of the guys use it in RVs, some in campers, and there's a lot of videos out there with guys actually testing the carbon monoxide coming off these heaters, if any. There are videos out there with guys. One video actually has a guy with this in a tent with a carbon monoxide probe, and he gets very low, 0 to very low single-digit readings of carbon monoxide. So having watched these videos, I thought, great, this is going to be safe for indoors here. Well, it turned out not to be that safe. After a few weeks of having used the heater, and back in those days, I had it up here, and typically I had the door closed but cracked on the bottom, probably about 1.5 to 2 inches of space around the bottom of the door. So I still had fresh air coming in here. After a few weeks of running it like that, I began to feel that I was a little, at times, feeling a little docile, lethargic, almost sleepy, and I thought, well, I wonder if something's going on here, because this doesn't feel right to me. I'm glad I decided to purchase a carbon monoxide detector. Regardless of all the stuff I watched online, I bought one of these, and boy, oh boy, was I glad that I bought it. The first evening after I purchased the carbon monoxide detector, I was laying in bed here, reading, and I happened to glance over at the detector there and noticed a reading of 42 ppm right now. 42 ppm is not going to kill you, folks. It's not going to drop you down. You're not going to die on the spot, but it is toxic. And over extended periods of time and on a regular basis, you really don't want to be breathing in 42 ppm. Now, that's when I saw it. All right, that reading could have got higher. It's quite possibly it would have got higher. So when that happened, I opened the door, turned the heater off, opened the door, and got fresh air in here. Now, since that time, a couple of things have changed. Now, I only run this heater with the door open, and the heater remains in the doorway. Another thing I've done is I purchased a portable fan, a little USB fan. You see it over there. And I'm using that fan really to sort of kick the warm air, the hot air that comes off that fan and then collects at the peak over here. That fan helps in kicking that heat down towards the back of the shelter, and it creates a bit of a circle, a flow, airflow in here, right? We help kick that bad toxic air out, dirty air out, and draw in fresh air. So that's what I'm doing now. Is it ideal? No. The biggest problem with running a setup like this is we have cold air on the outside, a heater producing a lot of hot, warm air, and when the two come in contact, we create moisture and condensation starts to form in here. Now, on those really cold evenings, this entire wall over here will be damp or moist to the touch, and I actually have condensation, little droplets of water along the bottom edge and back wall over here. That's not ideal because that can open up all sorts of problems, particularly with mold and mildew and so on. We'll talk about that in a future episode here. So is this an ideal situation to get through winter? No, it's not. My light just turned off, so probably out of batteries. Not sure if you guys can see me, but is it an ideal situation? No, it's not. So I have no idea if you guys can see me, but we'll have to do it like this now. But that was good timing. What we're going to do now is we're going to get outside. Now that you know what's happening with the heat situation, we're going to get outside and go and try and find some tasty critters. It is late afternoon and we need a boogie and hopefully find something to eat. If not, don't worry folks, I do have something thawed that will cook in the Dutch oven if we don't have any luck, and we'll go from there. So right now I'm magically going to click my fingers and we're going to appear outside. Let's do that now. Bam. Just like that, magically we're outdoors. The beauty of this time of the year, obviously, is it makes it very hard for the critters to hide their tracks. Fortunately, they don't have the brains to hide their tracks, which makes it easy for hungry folk like me to, you know, find the critters. So I've come across a track here, and I want you guys to tell me what you think this is. Now, I know what it is, but I want you to tell me what you think it is. All right, so here we go. Take a look at it. Now, for you avid outdoorsmen, you should be able to tell me what that is. It's one of those tracks that's fairly obvious. So tell me in the comments, guys, what you think that is. And right now, I'm just going to shut up and try and find myself a tasty treat. I'm sure they can hear me by now making all this noise, so. Well, what do we have here, guys? Looks like a magical Dutch oven just suspended in the air, actually. If you look a little bit closer there, you guys should be able to see, I think you'll be able to see some wire there. And right now I have some sizzling bacon in there. And let's take a look at that because, you know, I mean, who doesn't like to look at delicious bacon? Okay, so we got the bacon in there. And most importantly, you guys are probably wondering, well, what's all this delicious treat stuff you've been talking about all the time? Well, here we go. It took some time, but there we have it. Can anybody tell me what that is hanging up there? Okay, guys, well, there you have it. The delicious treat is in the Dutch oven over there. And I've noticed on the camera I have about 5% of battery power left. I also have to get things wrapped up here, guys. It is that time of the week. It's Sunday evening and you know, sun's going down. I also need to start getting ready for the week ahead, you know, where I get to spin in the hamster wheel and be a good robot. So I'm gonna do that, guys. First, I'm going to shovel this food down. Another thing, I actually ran out of water. I have about a cup of water left to get me through the evening. So I'm going to have to get down this mountain and once I've eaten there and go get some water and get ready for the week. So thanks, guys. Appreciate the views, all the comments. Keep them rolling, guys. If you have any questions, be sure to check out the community tab on my channel, because I do tend to you know, look at what's going on there more than the rest of the comments. So all the best, guys and girls. Thanks for watching. Cheers.